and welcome to Monday Movie Reviews 2, where I'll be talking about all the films that I watched over the past week. The number of films that I watched this week as opposed to last week has been cut in half, and we've got 5 films to talk about. One is not really a film, but I'll get to that. So anyway, the first film we watched on the 15th of April, and that is The Wizard. The Wizard, which is kind of it was a movie made, I'm not sure actually how much involvement Nintendo had. They must have had a huge amount of involvement because Nintendo is all over this game. And it's kind of like a big commercial for Super Mario Bros. 3, but at the same time, I was quite impressed. It felt like a film that if I'd seen it when I was younger, which was possible because it came out the year after I was born, 1989, I feel like it would have been one of my all-time favourite films because it had such a nostalgic feeling to it, even though I'd never seen it before. I'd first heard about it when James Rolfe reviewed it as part of his Angry Video Game Nerd series, when he reviewed Super Mario Bros. 3 and the film The Wizard. So I was familiar with it, and I was always interested in seeing it. And because we watched that film, The Good Son, last week, for some reason it just popped into my head, The Wizard, and I thought, let's watch it. So we watched it, and it's about this kid who has I'm not sure if he has autism or he has he doesn't speak, and he's got problems, I guess. And anyway, basically he runs away from home, and his stepbrother, I believe, goes with him, and because he wants to go to California. He keeps saying it, California, California, and like he keeps saying it. So his stepbrother, I believe, again takes him with him, and they go on a trip to California. And so they've got, I believe, his stepdad and his son, played by Christian Slater. I don't know who played the dad. They're on the road trying to find the kid, and there's another guy who's trying to find them as well, so he can get some money out of it. So it's a bit of a road trip movie, really. And the two kids, they bump into a girl, and she joins them and stuff, and they're playing video games the whole time, and they realise what a wizard, this kid is at playing video games. So they decide to take him to this video game championships in I can't remember where it is now. I think it's in California. I'm not quite sure. Maybe not. I don't know. But there's a video game championship, and they want to enter and win all this money. But it's a really enjoyable film. So 80s, like there's some like really there's some like emotional scenes with the main character's stepbrother. He's just kind of like, just this thing happened and things were never the same after that, and there's just like this wow, like this like soaring like 80s style like melancholic solo in the background. It's just so ridiculous but kind of awesome at the same time. I really enjoyed The Wizard. It's not a great film, but I enjoyed it a lot. Next, a couple of days after, we watched Friends with Kids. It's a film that came out in 2011. It's actually kind of an independent film, I found out as I looked it up. The wife of John Hamm wrote and directed this film, and he's in the film, so he kind of helped get the ball rolling on the film being made and stuff, and it was shot quite quickly. And it stars a lot of people from the film Bridesmaids, and it's just a very enjoyable film. I don't know why I said that. I was actually thinking of The Wizard then when I said it's a very enjoyable film. It's not a very enjoyable film. Well, it is, I don't know. Ooh, my mind's getting all twisted and tangled. The brain is kind of just swishing around in my head right now. Friends with Kids. It's about this couple. They're not a couple. What am I saying? This is a terrible video. Okay, Adam Scott, I believe his name is. He's been in quite a few things. He's the main character, along with his best friend. I've never seen her in a film before, and they're best friends, but then they don't go out or anything. They're not together or anything. They've never been with each other, but they're best friends. And their other friends, we got like Kristen Wiig, we got John Hamm. In fact, those are the couple. And then we got the woman who gets married in Bridesmaids, and the Irish guy from Bridesmaids. They're a couple, and they've all got kids. And so the main characters are like, we're getting old. Let's have a kid together, and we'll cut out all the bullshit of marriage and stuff, and we'll bring this kid up together. And then we'll go on and meet someone for ourselves. So it was kind of different. I'd never seen it before. I enjoyed the film. The main characters were great. But it just felt like towards the end, okay, this is going to end up in some kind of cliche-ridden ending, I can tell. And I was kind of predicting it as it went along. And there's a few twists and turns there, but for the most part, it really was kind of... Even me and Connie, we looked at each other and we said, oh, we can tell where this is going, and if it goes where we think it's going, it's kind of going against the whole film, really. Let's just say that a choice that the character makes towards the end of the film goes completely against what they'd said earlier on in the film, like completely. And it makes no sense other than the fact that it's a film and it's one of those endings. And the way it was done as well was really like, wow, really? The ending for me was just, fell a bit flat, to be honest. But it was enjoyable. I probably won't watch it many more times, probably not even again, I'd say. But there you go, friends with kids, what are you going to do? Next, on the 18th of April, I watched WWE Productions' documentary on the career of Mick Foley called For All Mankind. I'm going to count this as a film as well as any other documentaries I watched by the WWE because it is a 2-hour, 15-minute documentary film on the career of Mick Foley. And you know, it's not a theatrical release. It's called a WWE program, I guess, but I'm going to call it a film because it's as good as a film, and it's a lot better than Friends with Kids and The Wizard. It's just an amazing look into the life of one of the most unique wrestlers of all time, and you get views from all kinds of people throughout his career, who he worked with and who helped him be who he is, you know, or become who he became in the wrestling world. We get to see his whole career encompassed in 2 hours 15 minutes. There's a lot of extras as well that beef up the story, but the 2 hours and 15 are just really, really awesome. He is one of my favourite wrestlers. I've had the pleasure of meeting him twice. So it's just really, really cool to see finally a full in-depth look at his career in this documentary film. Especially at the beginning, we get to see like, I don't know if it's Super 8 film footage of like him as literally as a kid, you know, jumping on his sofa and stuff, and then we see him as a teenager, home video jumping off his garage and stuff, all the way up to his 30s when he's literally getting thrown off the Hell in a Cell in 1998, and it's just an amazing look at an amazing career. Enjoyed it a lot. On the 19th of April, the day after, we watched Django Unchained, Quentin Tarantino's latest film. Second time around, I enjoyed it a lot, but I'm going to be reviewing this as part of the At the Movies series. I did see it in the cinema, but it's taken me, I don't know, almost 5 months to talk about it. But that will be coming, so, and me and Connie will do a review of that, because I've seen it in the cinema and she's seen it now, so I won't talk about it too much, but really enjoyed it the second time round. The first time round I did enjoy it a lot. I thought it dragged a bit, like it was maybe a bit too long, especially at the ending. But really, I just enjoyed this a lot more because I don't even know why I enjoyed it a lot more. I just did, I guess. And I think the character of Dr. King Schultz, played by Christoph Waltz in this film, is slowly going to kind of creep up throughout the years as being one of my favourite film characters of all time. I think Tarantino and Waltz have kind of they found their perfect fit, you know, together. I think Tarantino's dialogue and Christoph Waltz's acting just fit perfectly, and I love that character. Jamie Foxx was good, but he didn't wow me. I'm not a huge Jamie Foxx fan. Definitely enjoyed his character and everything, and he is the main character of the film. But for me, it's everyone else who steals the show. Christoph Waltz, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Samuel L. Jackson is, I believe, in my opinion, Samuel L. Jackson's best film performance. It's a film where he's not playing Samuel L. Jackson. He's playing a character that is unlike anything he's played before, and he played it down to a T. I really believed he was an old man, you know, just the way he moved and everything. He's awesome in this film. And then finally on the 20th, 2 nights ago, we went to the cinema to see Oblivion, starring Tom Cruise, and I absolutely love that as well. And we're going to be doing a video on that as well. So again, 2 redundant reviews, I guess, and even a film that's not really a film. So sorry about this episode, but you know, it's what I've watched this week. And Oblivion is a sci-fi film, futuristic, but not too futuristic, I guess. Well, I guess it is, but it's not like super like futuristic. It's set 60 years in the future, and you know, there's been a war and the world has ended basically. There's just a few people left, and there's this big floating kind of massive triangular spaceship above the Earth called the Tet. The moon's been destroyed. That's what caused the Earth to be kind of thrown into disarray, earthquakes, tsunamis, and all that kind of thing. And very interesting film. People have been comparing it a lot to Moon and saying, "Oh, it's just like this film. Oh, it's just like that film." I hate when people do that unless it really is a massive rip-off, and I don't think it is at all. I really, really enjoyed it, and I think you'll actually find, I've looked it up, that the original story for Oblivion was released as a graphic novel, I believe, before Moon ever came out. So there you go. I enjoyed it a lot. The music was fantastic. Tom Cruise was great. It just worked for me. It was a really cool sci-fi film. I had a lot of fun watching it. I definitely recommend you check it out. thank you for watching Monday Movie Reviews, and next week might be a bit late, I don't know, we'll see how that works out, but otherwise, again, thank you for watching.
Yeah, he's really cool, but he's not quite as cool as you, 'cause